Welcome to MathsGuru Educational Services. If today is your first time of joining us on MathsGuru channel, kindly click on the subscribe button at the bottom of the screen so you'll be informed anytime we upload a new video on this platform. At the end of every lecture from now on, we shall be dropping some questions which you are expected to respond to, and then we continue with the rest of the discussion on the WhatsApp group. I will drop the group link and the number if possible so you can contact me at the end of this lecture. Today we shall be answering these questions on the screen. Explain the concept of communication. 2. Describe in details possible challenges to effective communication in secondary schools. And 3, taken from 2017, why is communication important in supervisory functions? And the B part is briefly describe challenges of communication in supervisory practices. All right, the number 2, Roman numeral 2, and then number 3B are talking about the same thing. Continue with the discussion. The first thing is the meaning of communication. We shall be talking about the meaning of communication. We shall also be discussing the extra communication tasks of the supervisor, so to enable us understand the function of communication in supervisory function, and then the importance of communication will follow suit. Then we have challenges of communication in supervisory function. This will be discussed at the end. The meaning of communication. Communication is a process in which people attempt to share personal feelings and ideas and to understand the other person's feeling and ideas. In other words, we can define communication, as the means of transmitting information, emotions, values, ideas, feelings from one person to another. Again, it is a means of transmitting information, a means of transmitting ideas, is a means of transmitting insight from one person to another. And we recall that communication is incomplete if there is no feedback. So for communication to be said to be complete, there must be the appropriate response or feedback. Take note of that. Okay. Why is communication important in supervisory function? In order for us to understand the importance of communication in supervisory function, it is very necessary to know the communication tasks of the supervisor. As an individual with a special responsibility for increasing communication, the supervisor is responsible for the following. 1. He encourages people to know and value each other. He provides opportunities for social interaction. He helps people to become informed about the background and achievement of others. He provides the physical arrangements that contribute to better communication. He encourages maximum interaction. He seeks to identify areas of agreement and areas of disagreement. He seeks to develop a permissive atmosphere. Having discussed the communication tasks of a supervisor, let us quickly talk about the importance of communication in supervisory function. From the foregoing discussion, we have seen that communication helps in transmitting information to every member of a group. As it is often said, a well-informed person is a powerful person, as knowledge is power, and the only means of acquiring knowledge is through communication. So the value of communication in the transmission of information cannot be underestimated. Number two, communication enhances group development. You will agree with me that unity is a prerequisite for development. Since the underlying principle of unity is communication, we can boldly say that as far as group development is concerned, communication is necessary if a group is to even be formed or if it must develop. And number three, communication allows shared feelings, views, and commitments to an organization or group. Then number four, effective communication enhances goal achievements. Five, clear communication strengthens effective management of resources, both human and material resources. And six, without depth communication, the people remain an organization without loyalty to each other or to a set goal. Take note of that. The emotional elements can be positive through effective communication as well. Let us now conclude this discussion by looking at barriers to communication. To answer the question, briefly describe challenges of communication in supervisory practices. In our course material, we are given the barriers to effective communication. Some of these are: one, ambiguity of words. People use symbols on words that have different meanings. We have members of the group having different values, emphasis on status, conflict in interest. All these can be barriers to effective communication. Making decision by the majority vote rather than seeking consensus is also a barrier to effective communication. Attempt to keep feelings out of the discussion can also affect communication. Use of words to prevent thinking and feeling of superiority can also be barriers to effective communication. Alright, thanks for studying with us. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel so you'll be informed anytime we upload a new video on this platform. Thank you once again.